All right, so we are on the captain ship here at Big Bear Lake, and I'm here with the captain, Captain Kenny. Captain Kenny, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Man, this is incredible. You do this all the time, but this is incredible.
I do it part-time, but it's a part-time job, but it's a heck of a lot of fun sharing my local knowledge and my love of making stuff up.
Well, this is, it's kind of odd because I feel like we're swaying and I feel like I'm going this way quite a bit. Is that normal?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes, it is. The boat will be doing that quite a bit as we move along here. When we get the wind across the beam, it's going to tip over a little bit.
Now, these ropes that we have here on the side, they look like great ladders.
They are. It's actually intended to be a rigging. This was once a sailing ship, actually. I'll get into my narrative here and tell you a little bit more about it.
Sure.
Yeah, they're great for climbing up to the fighting tops there. These fighting tops on a real ship are where the Marines would be with their muskets shooting at the other ships.
Wow.
So they're called the fighting tops.
Now, do we don't have any sails at this point, right, on this ship?
We don't have any sails. The ship at one time we have a full set of sails on board, but we have no rudder. The ship requires a rudder to be able to steer.
All right, so I'm here with Nikki, and I dare call you Winch Nikki, because I mean that's not cool, is it?
No, but I am the winch on the Time Bandit.
All right, so when we say winch, because they told me before I come on, they're like, okay, you're going to meet Winch Nikki. And what's your role here?
I'm the bartender on the Time Bandit. I basically go down below and serve the drinks to all the customers. If we need to do anything as far as retrieving anything out of the water, helping us stock the boat, getting it on and off, everything. I basically do everything but captain.
Captain. So this is just in case, or you forgot, right?
The SS Relief, yes.
The SS Relief.
We call it John's Place, but it is the SS Relief.
I love it. Just floating in the middle of Big Bear Lake.
I'm just here to help keep our waters cleaner.
You missed Papoose Bay. It has two systems of government working for it. This is part of the city of Big Bear Lake. These are all government leased from the Forest Service.
Wow. These ones over here to our, is that our port side or?
Places. These are all much older. They were all put in between 1915 and the mid-1930s.
All right, so where are you taking us now, Captain?
We're heading down to the west end of the lake. We're going to go to China Island. We're going to go by the dam, and then we'll turn around and start heading back up the north shore.
Okay. Wow. So have
Maybe we'll even find one of our competing tour boats here so we can shoot the cannon at him.
Right. We really have a cannon on board?
We have two.
We have two cannons on board.
Two cannons on board. Wow. Up on our port side here, we're looking at the old ski beach area. On the left side there was a meadow that used to serve as a park at one time until they discovered endangered plant species in there. After they did that, they put up a fence around it and said you can't go in there anymore. Back in the 70s, that's where we used to take our boats in and we'd do beach starts, wakeboards having not even been thought of yet. Used to be a good picnic area, and it's a nice beach area all along there. It's a good place to go. Up on our port side here, you'll see this little cabin tucked up in the woods there. It's very typical of the early government lease type construction. That's a log cabin built out of 12-inch diameter logs, and the white stripes you see on it are the clay they put in between the logs to keep the drafts out. All of these places along in here have been in their owning families, mostly for 2, 3, 4 generations. This brown house up on top of the rocks here is called the Ridgway House. It's been in the Ridgway family for 4 generations. It's kind of unique in that you notice that the skirt of the house it's perched on top of the rocks. It's a hugely solid foundation there. Anyway, that's been in their family for 4 generations. They perched it on top of the rocks because, well, they didn't have the technology to blow the rocks up like they do these days. And they will ruin the rocks to put in a house. This one is built right on top of it. If you look in the breezeway right between the two houses here, you'll see a giant granite boulder with the sun on top of it. And that boulder there forms part of the wall of the bunkhouse to the right, part of the wall of the bunkhouse on the far side also.
Wow, there's a big boulder in that house.
Huge boulder. Solid foundation, man. Solid.
And you have a boulder leading up against the back wall too.
Got boulders every place. It's all good. Straight ahead of us here, we're looking at the China Island. It's called China Island or Garson Island or Treasure Island, depending whose book you're reading. Garson Island was built back in 1911 by Herbert Garson. He was a superintendent on the new dam project, and in reviewing his surveys and blueprints and whatnot, they figured out that when the new dam filled up, this place was going to become an island. Ready, 1, 2, 3, fire in the hole!
What are some fun facts about the Time Bandit here?
Well, Time Bandit was completed back in 1969 after 10 years of work.
Okay.
And down in the San Diego area. And the brothers who built it ultimately decided when they got done with 10 years of work, they didn't want anything to do with it. So they put it up for sale. And the first buyer happened to be MGM Grand Studios, who used it in the 1974 movie called Time Bandits.
So they decided not to use it, and
They decided not to. Well, it's had a life. The ship has had a life as both a tour boat like it is now and a liveaboard down in Dana Point in the Long Beach harbor areas. And we shipped it up here. We bought it and shipped it up here in 1989. So she's been on the lake, in the lake ever since.
So am I correct in saying this is the only active pirate ship in the Inland Empire?
In the Inland Empire, you got that right.
This is so fun and so cool, and what a great experience to come and have you take us on a tour of the lake. And I hope I didn't interrupt the tour too much. If you want to find out how to ride the pirate ship here in the Inland Empire, just click on the web link right below, and you'll. This is awesome. A great experience. Beautiful day.
You can call 866-5706 also.
This has been great. I really appreciate it. One of a kind, unique, and again, only here in the Inland Empire up here at Big Bear Lake. This is awesome. Oh!